What's going on, guys? Dre Chin with Canadian Cell Phone Insider, and if you cannot already tell by the picture behind me, we're talking about the LG G4 today. Now, Dre, why are we talking about the LG G4? Didn't the LG G5 just come out? Yeah, it did just come out, and it's a great phone, and I will get to that review later in the month. But I do want to talk about the LG G4. Now, I've had the LG G4 myself for the last year, and I can say it's honestly one of the best phones on the market. Oh, really? That's crazy. No way. People are going to have an amazing time with this LG G4, aren't they? Oh, yeah, awesome. So, why the LG G4? That's the major question. Well, if you looked at my last video, we talked about how we don't always have to go for the latest and greatest device. Even last year model phones are still really good, and there are only slight changes that actually help improve cell phone designs as they go along. And the LG G4 actually still performs very well. So let's go over these few features, shall we? Number one, let's talk about the design. The design language on the camera and button layout in the back is one of a kind. Personally, LG hit the nail on the head out of how they position this camera sitting above the volume and power button. Add in the fact that right out of the box, Canadians get two different choices of back covers, both being plastic and leather. You have a cell phone that goes from low-key to high class. Now, I'm a huge fan of the signature button layout, and personally, I think it's one of the best, and other companies like Samsung should actually take note. Yeah, I'm calling you out. Because of how people normally hold their phones, well, like this, you don't actually have to reposition your hand every single time that you need to wake up the device or turn up the volume. And to me, that's a huge bonus. Let's talk about the screen resolution. With a 5.5-inch display and thin bezels, you get the full use of the Quad HD display with better overall color, making Netflix and YouTube videos very enjoyable. Now, I have an LG G TV at home, and let me tell you, they're one of the best displays out there. And getting the same experience on my phone when I'm watching a movie, I love watching Star Wars The Force Awakens in HD, and I'm doing this while I'm riding the bus on my way to work. Now, a lot of people are upset at the speakers at the bottom of the phone, which I do agree with you. When you cover it up, it can't really hear the phone at all. But when you do cup your hands and you're watching a film, you can actually get that great sound coming right back at you. So it's not that big of a deal, guys, but you'll still get great sound coming out of this LG G4. What's up, guys? Dre Chin with Canadian Cell Phone Insider, and on this video, now if you're like me and you like taking pictures, then you're definitely going to enjoy the 16 megapixel camera on this LG G4 and the 8 megapixel selfie camera that you get to go take with pictures. This entire video outside, and we're going to give you the updates of why you should actually be getting this and why. If you don't know how to use a DSLR, say no more, as the LG G4 has great autofocus feature. But if you know how to work a DSLR camera, then you'll be sure to appreciate the manual mode, which lets you control features from white balance, ISO, and even shutter speed, just to name a few. Now, I know what you're thinking about the 16 megapixel camera. Dre, it's just 16 megapixels. Yeah, exactly, it's 16 megapixels. Although phones like the Sony Z1 who have a 21 megapixel camera, or even the Moto X Play who also has a 21 megapixel camera, megapixels don't really change the fact that it's all really about the lens. The better the lens, the better the picture quality comes out. That's why you find on such phones like the LG G4, the camera lens is actually just a 16 megapixel lens, but it's one of the best lenses out there. And the LG G7 is running a 12 megapixel camera, but still you have one of the best lenses out there. Now, when it comes to speed, the LG G4 is no slouch by any means. Running on a quad-core Snapdragon 808 processor and Adreno 418 GPU, the LG G4 uses the latest form of Android, Marshmallow. In plain English, for anyone who doesn't speak tech, that means you're able to run multiple apps at the same time and not compromise on performance. And speaking of performance, the LG G4 has 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of internal memory, which you can also expand to 128 GB with the microSD card. This is great if you love to take a lot of pictures and videos. I myself have a little girl who I can't get enough of and love capturing those memories with. And lastly, we move to the LG G4's battery. Sporting a 3000 mAh battery, the LG G4 can average out a full day, no problem. I myself an extreme heavy user. So when I go use my phone, I use it for everything from Facebook to emails to phone calls, you name it, I'm doing it all. So for me, an extreme heavy user, I'm always still charging my cell phone. What I would have liked to see with the LG G4 is that they actually expanded that battery. There was problems with the LG G3 where the battery would just run out. Although it was a 3000 milliamp battery, the same 3000 milliamp battery is used on the LG G4. What I personally would have liked to see was them actually expand that. Put a 4000 milliamp battery on there. Motorola's done it, LG. Come on, you're lagging behind a little bit here. So far to this day, the LG G4 still performs really well. And honestly, I've had it for a year, and do I see myself going into a new phone? Not really. Again, there's only minor changes, but nothing that would make me want to jump the gun and sign another 2-year agreement and would make me want to drop $400 on a brand new phone. Unless you got that kind of money. For me to recommend the LG G4 means that it's actually a really good phone and it would last you the entire day if you're not like me, an extreme heavy user.
Oh, I love my LG G4. It's amazing. And I got it for $0. On which carrier? You have to watch Canadian Cell Phone Insider so you can find out too.
So there you have it, guys. That was our quick video on the LG G4. Now be sure to follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel as we will be providing you with weekly videos, as well as give this video a thumbs up. I'm your host, Trey Chin, signing off for Canadian Cell Phone Insider. Take care.